Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So if you're in Kentucky schools as a student, you cannot play Fortnite as part of the interscholastic esports competitions. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association Commissioner Julian Tackett wrote an email to school officials in which he says that there is no place for shooter games in the schools. This is what he had to say. I want to personally assure that we, along with the NFHS network, are proactively taking steps to have this decision reversed. There is no place for shooter games in our schools. This announcement was particularly troubling that it came on the anniversary of one of Kentucky's darkest days, the Marshall County incident. And this incident was one of the tragic incidents in which students lost their lives because of shootings. He carries on to say, KHSAA member Kentucky schools may not participate in Fortnite with our partner Play VS or in any other interscholastic competition. Last year, much work went into the development of permission and authorization forms for Kentucky schools to continue with esports participation. This is not one of the permitted games. And Damian Lehman, the coach of Boyle County High School esports team, said that he received the email and had no problem with the prohibition on Fortnite in their high school competitions. Then he had this to say: when you start getting into the shooter style games, I believe there's a line. At the high school level, do you want to be part of that? And from what it seems that the partner included Fortnite and didn't inform the high school's commissioner about this, and the commissioner of course is against it from the get-go, and then he wants to remove the game and ban it from their esports competitions. There were lots of strong feelings here, especially because there were tragic incidents that happened, and so people, or the commissioner himself maybe, sees this kind of games, that is shooters, as part of a bad memory, or probably even more. I don't know what's on his mind exactly. In fact, shooter games can be really heated when it comes to players interacting with each other. And then if you play a competitive shooter game, you'll find that people call you every name in the book, and they may even threaten your life. But it is really strange how the school decided that those games are the only cause of violence that can happen, and that what happened as the tragic event that happened to them was probably due to this, or even to think that those games are the main cause of violence that happens in schools and elsewhere in the United States. Whereas if you go to other countries, people play shooting games to their heart's content, and no one really sees those games as more than video games. So for sure there is something else, and there are other causes that cause these tragic events in the United States, be it in schools or in malls or anywhere else. I don't know what opinion to have on this exactly, because on the one hand, as I said, shooting games aren't the cause of problems, or at least the cause of all problems and tragedies that happen. On the other hand, these games can clearly cause feelings of animosity between people. You know, these guys that are just high school students or middle school students, they can really have very negative feelings against each other just because someone is better at this or that game than the other. that can make bullying happen or even something worse. I don't think that shooting games can be as bad as causing real shootings in schools, but that's just me, that's my opinion at least. And I also think that there are a lot of people that try to find the easiest excuse possible for the tragic events that happen, and they don't want to dig deeper to see what really causes this, because as I said, things like that don't happen much, if at all. Anyway, what do you think of this, and what do you think of the decision that the high school has, or the high schools have made? Do you think that it is the correct one, and why is that? Do you think that it is not? Tell us your opinions down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe for more. Thank you for watching again, and have a good one.